guys, what's up? It's Mila Azul, and today I'm gonna make a special video as my big thanks for your activity on this YouTube channel. This is gonna be Q&A format, and I really hope you're gonna have fun. I will be answering some of your questions you asked me on X and YouTube. Also, some of these questions I combined into one because they were similar. So let's start. Will you continue working as model? Yes, sure, I will. And to be fair, yes, sure, because I love this work a lot. It is crazy, unusual, and creative thing, and I think modeling in general is one of the coolest things which has ever happened in my life. Yes. Do you miss modeling? I think asking me this question you meant if I miss working with different productions. Lately I decided to express myself a little bit different ways, but I'm still active as model, and lately I think that I'm quite privileged to choose those productions which are the closest to my personal visions of aesthetics, of beauty in general. So I'm still active as model, so I have no reasons to miss it. And I work with some of my favorite productions. So answering your question, I would not say. How did you come up with the name Mila Azul? Does it have special meaning to you? The very first version of my stage name was just Mila. And I remember I was working for productions. One of the very first productions I worked for was Metar. And when I signed the model release, I just added Mila. I don't know, perhaps Mila is too common or too spread, so they decided to add Azul because one of the very first sets which were published with me on that production, on that project, was blue color lingerie, and from Spanish, azul means blue. It has some special meaning to me, and I love this stage name because blue is one of my favorite colors. Simple. What made you think about starting your modeling career? Any inspirations? I have these childhood memories. My mom used to make jokes on me that once I will become an adult, I will become a photo model. And I remember I unblocked these memories when I had difficulties with work 10 or 11 years ago. And I was like, why not? Why don't you try? Like, take your time, take your chance. Why not? That was a big risk, but I'm happy to be who I am right now. Tell us about your history in playing video games. This question is pretty cool, I think. My first memory which is related to video games was created when I was like 7 or 8 years old. I remember my uncle took me to, back that time, very popular so-called internet cafe, which usually was full of teenagers who used to play GTA and Counter-Strike, for example. And he wanted to visit his friend who basically owned this internet cafe. And they were like, okay, you can sit there and play some of these games. And I was like, no, I'm not confident enough. So basically I was just sitting around looking how other guys played these games. That was kind of fun and atmospheric memory. Second memory, which is related to computer games, I have back the time when strategies in general were very popular, such as Warcraft 3.
I'll be twice the king my father ever was.
And Cossacks, maybe you know this game, also Ukrainian one. And most of the time I was sitting around and looking at how other guys play, and first ever game I've ever played, I remember, was also Warcraft 3. I was really excited, and I remember I used to prepare too much before going to some new locations or attacking some bosses. That was really cool. Then I remember my first ever experience playing Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, because we have two versions, 2012. I played both of them, and that was a really cool experience. And this game is one of my favorites because music there is awesome. I consider it to be the reason why I started to love rock music in general, or one of these reasons. I remember whenever I played that game, I was completely absorbed, distracted. That was my personal type of escapism. That was really cool. And later I had another area of me playing hero shooters. At first I tried to play Overwatch. By subjectively speaking, map in general looked really small and tight to me, so I felt myself really uncomfy. And then I discovered another game, which is Paladins.
Oh no!
And this is the game playing which I spent on this game about 1000 and some hours, and many hours. And now another hero shooter which I love to play a lot is Apex. And after Apex, I was inspired by my friends to try to play other games such as Witcher 3, Metro series, one of my favorite series, Fallout New Vegas, Wasteland, Divinity Original Sin, Baldur's Gate, etc. This was beautiful, and it's hard to describe how bright and unusual experience that was, because this is the time when I spent playing these games with my friends, and it hits different way. So yeah, this is my story. And then we have another part. It's how I started to play and to stream, and my first ever game is Elden Ring. Pretty challenging one.
I know this attack! I know this attack! I know this attack! I'm dead!
But really cool and fun. Was the best ever experience and memory to play this game with you guys. Do you plan on having fixed streaming schedule for the future? No, I don't, because I'm not only streamer, I also model, I also work on many additional stuff, so no, because in my case having some particular schedule also means having some additional responsibilities and duties. I would rather choose making announcements one day before streaming or during the streaming day. So in this case I will be 100% live on stream, and you will not miss me. Do you plan on uploading anything other than gaming videos? Yes, currently you're watching something other than that. I don't think that during years time I will be actively uploading something other than computer games related content, but who knows, maybe in the future. I'm open and flexible for these possibilities. What kind of content feels the most you, and what do you create mainly because the algorithm favors it? Let's start from the fact that I hate to follow any type of algorithms. Nowadays, to take advantage of it, you gotta grind as you are mindless. I don't like to put clickbaited names on video or on shorts, because I'm not a lot into it. And we're going to another part of this question, is what kind of content feels the most you. I can say for sure it's streams, and also videos like that, or reviewing my cat's pet as well. The most me in this type of content. What initially inspired you to create this channel? What changes has creating and developing this channel brought you? I I would not say that I've been through some particular changes. It's just I've been working a lot as a model for now almost for 10 years. And the reason why is just basically I wanted to bring some variety in my creative process. And another reason, gaming in general is the coolest hobby I have, or one of the, and combination of having fun and spending time with you, I was like, why not? Besides, I've got this question like, maybe you would like to stream, why don't you try streaming? I got from photographers on productions and from my friends. They were the biggest inspiration for me to start streaming. So the reason is my friends, photographers, craving for some variety, and also working on myself because at some point streaming and gaming channel was a big challenge to me because I was scared of criticism from your side, and that was another reason why. What got you into streaming? Any inspirations? Any future plans for your streams? Uh, First question I already answered. Any inspirations? I was really inspired by streams of Sasha Grey. One of the brightest inspiration for me was her stream where she plays Sekiro. I was like, wow, she's so cool. That was one of the reasons why I decided to try to play this game myself. She's an extremely cool IP. Any future plans for your streams? Maybe I will be working on bringing some variety. Cooking stream, maybe you will like them. ERL streams, perhaps just chatting or music streams. But my main type of streaming will be gaming stream because I love to play computer games and I love to play them with you. Would you do a live stream singing? Yes, I guess. Why not? I'm open for different types of variations. What are your hobbies besides playing games? I have few. First one is cooking. I think nowadays homemade food is another type of privilege.
So good and tasty?
And whenever I have some free time, I'm really happy to cook for myself something unusual. Another type of hobby is hiking. I'm a lot into hiking, also traveling. Also, I love to work a lot on upgrading my languages, on learning languages. I love to play music instruments and compose music sometimes. Pretty rarely, but I'm also into it. Thoughts on marriage and family? Nowadays, we all have difficult times, and I think it's hard to make any plans which are related to such serious steps in life as marriage and kids and family. My opinion on that before getting married, having kids, etc. Personally, me, I would like to be as much independent, including financially, as it's possible. I have no particular thoughts right now, but who knows? Maybe in 5-7 years, I will have some. In case, I will definitely share. Mila, tell us your favorite movie and why. I have several favorite movies, and time to time, my top is different. Now I have two different movies. First one is Didal by René Manzo. Really beautiful. I'm keen on psychological thrillers. I really love in general, movies about some psychopaths, crazy people. This movie is really special to me and it's niche. And it's really hard to describe why particularly. I remember my first ever experience watching this movie. The most impressive thing, though, after whole ending, was watching these titles because they like it's hard to speak about this movie because I don't want to spoil. In case you want to watch it and you're a lot into psychological thrillers, just check it out. The second favorite movie is Man from Earth by Richard Shankman. Very niche, very beautiful, unusual. The main reason why I love this particular movie is that main character and other characters are speaking and describing things under completely different and unusual angle, and it has such a beautiful and untypical in the same time atmosphere that it is so captivating. Another movie I highly recommend you to watch. And also your favorite album of the all time. In this case, I would also love to name two music albums. First is Deftones by Deftones. I would like to apologize in front of White Pony lovers. This album is significant to me because it was a huge experience whenever I sit and try to compose something. I still love to listen it and get some inspiration from that. Second favorite album is The Sleep by Nine Inch Nails because it has everything in terms of style, early and late Trent Reznor style in combination is beautiful, untypical, niche to my subjective opinion, and I also love to listen it from time to time. What has helped shape your almost endless positivity? Does it come naturally or did you develop it? In my personal case, first step I worked on is I was working hard to figure out what is the resource of my negativity. And in my case, I used to beating myself up a lot for being not productive enough. Uh, that's why I worked hard on a relationship between me and I. In the end, I came to understanding that sometimes you need to understand yourself. Some reasons why you didn't do, in my case, enough. Because of high expectations or because some other circumstances. Now I understand some negative and positive parts of myself, and it helps me a lot to understand what is going on particularly. In a nutshell, it's an introspection, a pretty great thing which helps me to be positive. In fact, I'm not always positive, I have my own ups and downs. Knowing myself helped me develop, as you say, endless positivity. What was the moment when you felt the happiest? I have many moments like that, and time to time I feel them. I think the last case I felt myself the happiest was the first ever experience hiking and discovering beautiful mountains around. You know, it's like discovering another planet at some point. So that was the moment I felt myself happiest. You still plan to make your own music in the future? Whatever comes to music, I nowadays have no any plans. Whenever I want to make music, I just make it, and I will most likely be making music in the future. The difference is I'm not sure that I will be publishing it. I will do it for myself. To make professional music, in my case, my vision is like, it takes a village. And I'm highly impressed by those people who can play five, 4 or 5 different music instruments, compose music, produce music, this stuff. I unfortunately cannot relate myself to this type of musicians, but I love to compose and I love to play music. Most likely I will be working on that. for myself. What is the best advice you've ever received, and what advice would you give to others? The best recent advice I received was don't try to fight your fears, just accept them, that they exist in your life, and try to live with them. And this advice helped me a lot in some cases when I feel myself uncomfy due to fear. One of the coolest advices I've got last year. What advice would you give to others? Work hard on introspection, because introspection and overview some situations or your actions or actions of other people will most likely, if you will do it sincerely, accepting your mistakes, knowing that sometimes you're doing mistakes and it's okay, will help you to improve the quality of your life. Another advice would I give you, which helped me a lot working on my complexes, and I have some had also, is be honest to yourself. It means whenever you sing sucks, or whenever you play music instrument sucks on public, shit happens. Like, I'm not a robot and I'm not perfect. And when you know already before, like in advance, this info, and this is just like an example, when you will get any critics or bad, negative rhetorics towards you related to this or that disadvantage or complexes of yours, you know it already in advance. So nobody will able to hurt you. You will be like, reacting like, yes, Cap, I already know this or that shit. You will not hurt me. And this helps me a lot. What did you do before you became a model? Before I became a model, I was 18 years old and I was struggling a lot finding normal work. Back that time, I was pretty grounded regarding my work peaks. I was not ambitious at all, but I faced a lot shitty behave towards me as a normal worker. Not only towards me, but towards many people. And I was like, no, I don't like this shit, and I'm leaving this place and I'm going there. There was the same, And yeah, I was struggling. I had difficult times. I was trying to find a normal work. Which person from history do you most admire and why? I admire Alexander Fleming for discovering penicillin, antibiotics, which saved million lives. I think his work and results of his work are epic, and not only me but humanity in general should be thankful. How much time do you spend on modeling each day? Do you think modeling is difficult? In my opinion, for me, modeling is a complex meaning, because in my case, modeling is not only smiling and posing, it's editing, it's working hard on entertaining, it's having a lot of conversations with different people, being in contact always. And whenever I conscious, even though if I'm not smiling, posing, I'm still working on modeling, working on making some plans for photo shootings, making some plans on collaboration with different projects, productions. It's a complex thing, so every day I'm working from when I wake up until going sleep. I would not say, at least for me, that it's easy, but I love this thing a lot. What is something you're proud of but never have an excuse to talk about? Is helping my family, to be the strongest member of my family, so the rest can be relaxed. Also, to be able to work on charity whenever I'm able, helping other people. What are your plans for 2026? Generally speaking, I would love to be as much productive as possible. I wanted to make some joke to not die, but nowadays it's pretty hard to make some big plans even for tomorrow. Next year will be this year will be really important to me because soon I will have my 10 years anniversary of being model, and as my big thanks to community, to productions, to projects, I would love to be as much active as a model as it's possible, and also to not leave this idea of being active on Twitch and on other projects. Also would love to travel as much as it's possible, and I also have another small plans which I probably share later on upgrading myself, moving forwards, not giving up. These are also important parts of my plan. Blitz questions. Favorite video game? Resident Evil 2 Remake.
No! I feel everything which game wants me to feel.
How many times has Virgilio knocked over the Christmas tree so far?
Huh?
0, because he is obsessed playing with Odin, so he has no free time for playing with Christmas tree. One thing you can't live without: caffeine is my fuel for every day. Popcorn, sweet or salty? Salty, if be more specific, with cheese flavor. Do you prefer to plan or act spontaneously? Depends. I'm really spontaneous and flexible person, but I still prefer to make some particular plans for tomorrow. So tomorrow I will not be lost on what I'm supposed to do next, because I already have a list of things to do. What book influenced you the most? The Minds of Billy Millikan by Daniel Kesey. I remember I was like 11 or 12 years, and I was really surprised and absorbed by reading this book. And this book inspired me a lot for learning, for being interested in psychology, and this is the cool book. What would you like to learn in the near future? How to drive and getting finally this driving license. Sushi or ramen? Sushi. Nutella with or without butter on bread? Without. Butter will just spoil the pure, delicious and sweet taste of Nutella. What is the largest mammal you think you could knock out with a single punch? Raccoon?
It's raccoon! Raccoon!
And is Julius taking good care of his kingdom? Oh yes, his kingdom is great and he's the greatest king I've ever had in my life. I would like to say thank you a lot for participating, for asking me these questions, for watching this video. You're the best, and thank you a lot for being active. Looking forward for having fun with you in the future, this year and next years. Thank you a lot. Love you all and hugging you all. Bye bye.